Dark Shadows, number 20, VTR 7866, air 72266, take one.
My name is Victoria Winters. The road that leads down from Collinwood is steep and winding. It twists and turns like the hidden secrets of my past. And now it has brought a man close to death. A man who is searching for answers of his own.
I think you better wait in here, Miss Winters. If you sit in the lobby, Burke might find out that you're around.
Well, if he's just gone upstairs, how will he know whether I'm here or not?
$5 to that hotel clerk, and you can buy any information you want. I know. I want you to be a surprise to Mr. Devlin. Just sit here and order yourself a cup of coffee.
Mr. Collins, I really think you should let the police handle
I
this.
wish you would please let me do this my way.
You're making a mistake.
I was the one that was almost killed. Let me be the judge of how to approach the man who tried to do it.
Are you sure it was him?
You'd better make up your mind about that right now, Miss Winters. I'll call the desk when I'm ready for you to come upstairs.
Hello, Miss Winters. You do remember me, don't you?
Yes.
I hope you don't mind if I join you for a moment.
Well,
Now, don't be afraid. I'm harmless, I assure you. I'm just an old man who came by the hotel for a cup of coffee. How do you enjoy your stay at Collinwood?
All right.
Oh, that's excellent. I was concerned lest something I might have said the other day would have made you upset.
Well, it did frighten me a little. It's not exactly pleasant to hear about people jumping off cliffs.
It did happen, I assure you. Many times at that house. Where's Roger Collins?
What?
You and he just came in here, didn't you?
Yes.
I guess I wasn't exactly truthful with you, Miss Winters. You see, I had left the hotel and I was on my way home, and then I glanced back, and I saw Roger Collins and you enter that door. It's a bad habit of mine, glancing back. One should always look ahead, don't you think?
It can't always be done.
True. The past can sometimes be a mockery to the future. Where did you say Roger Collins went?
I didn't say, and if you're looking
You
for...
mean he deserted you here, or is he coming back?
Well, I don't see why I should tell you.
You don't have to explain anything to me, Miss Winters. You don't have to do that. But I would appreciate your telling me.
Well, why does it matter to you?
Well, let us say that I'm just a man who's terribly curious, that's all. He was almost killed tonight, wasn't he?
Yes, he was in an automobile accident.
Well, now, doesn't it seem strange that on that very same night he should come into this restaurant with his son's tutor and then suddenly vanish?
I don't think it's any of your business.
He went up to see he went up to see Burke Devlin, didn't he?
Roger.
Not a ghost, Burke. Very much alive. May I come in?
Oh, well, yes, of course. The devil happened to you?
I hope you didn't wait too long for me at the bar.
What happened?
Oh, a slight accident, that's all.
Slight accidents. Looks like you ran into a windmill.
I survived. That's what counts.
Look, why don't you sit down? Can I get you a drink or something?
I don't think, thanks.
How is the arm? Is it broken or what?
Oh, it's just a sprain. But it could have been a great deal worse. What about that business deal?
What business deal?
Oh, don't tell me you've forgotten. You came up to the house today and told me to come in town tonight and have a discussion of a business deal with you, didn't you?
Oh, yes, that. Look, are you sure you don't want a drink?
Well, maybe there wasn't any business deal at all.
Couldn't we talk about it tomorrow, huh?
Well, no, I want to talk about it now. After all, I made you wait at the Blue Whale.
But it's not important. Look, I'm going to have a drink. Will you join me?
You did expect me to come to the Blue Whale, didn't you?
I waited for you, sure.
How long?
What difference does it make?
An hour? 2 hours? 5 minutes? Or maybe not at all?
Roger, I was in the bar for an hour and a half, okay? Now, baby, you better tell me what you're driving at.
What about that business deal?
Forget about the business deal. Roger, there's something on your mind. I want to know what it is.
What happened to that smile, Burke? I thought you and I were going to be friends again. Let bygones be bygones, isn't that what you said?
Roger, it's after midnight. You didn't come up here to discuss a business deal that could very well wait until morning.
Oh, but I'm interested. Let's have that drink. And then you tell me all about it.
Pop, is that you?
Yeah, it's me, Maggie. How you feeling?
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. Go back to sleep. Hello? Yeah, it's me. Who's this? Well, what do you want, Mr. Wells? You must be joking. It's after midnight. Well, yes, I'll tell her. But next time, would you please send a get well card? Idiot. Idiot.
Who is that?
Our idiot friend, the hotel clerk. He calls here, wakes you up, and he wants to know how you are.
Is that what he said?
That's precisely what he said. And wait till tomorrow. I'm going to tell him if you think you
Oh,
have...
forget it, Pop. I wasn't asleep anyway.
I will not forget it. Well, the man has no sense. Why, he knows you came home with a headache.
Pop, it's not his fault.
Don't tell me about fault. If it isn't one fool, it's another
Pop,
fool.
what's the matter with you?
Maggie,
it's
there's
not all
no
that
reason.
important, is
But Maggie,
it?
now really, there's no
Mr.
reason.
Wells called because I asked him to.
Maggie, now let me
And
tell
I'm
you.
sure when you answered the phone, he said the first thing that came into his mind. He was probably embarrassed because...
Maggie, why would... Oh, I see. So now you're getting reports on me, huh? Well... Who else is phoning in to tell you about the movements, the comings and goings of Sam Evans, huh?
Well, I only called the Blue Whale in the hotel.
How long has this been going on, hmm?
I never did it before, Pop, believe me.
It's awful, Maggie, not being able to be trusted by your own daughter.
Oh, I don't blame you, Pop. You know what I did tonight when I got home and I found you weren't here? I looked in the closet to see if your suitcase was here.
Maggie, I told you that I wasn't going to run away, now didn't I?
I know that, Pop. I guess I just got scared. I kept thinking about all the things that I don't understand. About you and Roger Collins and Burke Devlin. Pop, I just want it to end.
You may get your wish, Maggie. You may get your wish tonight.
Well, that's about it. I thought if you talked to your sister, something could be worked out.
Did you really think that I could talk Elizabeth into selling the cannery?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm always looking for new investments.
And that's why you wanted me to drive into town to discuss this?
That's it.
Burke, you're a liar.
Am I?
My sister would never dream of selling that cannery, and you know it.
Do I?
Why don't you admit it, Burke? There wasn't any business deal, was there? You didn't expect me to show up at the Blue Whale. Tonight, tomorrow, or any time.
I waited for you.
Sure you did, to make it look good. You probably put on a big show about wondering where I was.
What are you getting at?
Where did you go when you left my house after you decided we would meet in town?
I came back here to change my clothes.
Aren't you forgetting something? Wasn't there something else?
I don't think so. Now, look, Roger.
Oh, what about my car? Don't tell me you've forgotten about making a personal inspection of my car.
Maybe you'd better get to the point, Roger.
You tried to kill me.
I tried what?
I got halfway down that hill, Burke. Halfway down before the brakes stopped working.
And you think that I...
No, I don't think anything. I know it.
Now, listen,
No,
Roger.
you listen to me. After you left that house, you went to the garage. You lifted the hood of my car and you removed the valve from the brake cylinder. Then you went to the Blue Whale and you sat and you waited. Because you thought that I wasn't going to show up.
You're out of your mind.
You're not going to get away with it.
I think you better get out of here, go home and get some rest.
Not until you tell me the truth.
There's nothing to tell. I didn't touch your car.
This is Mr. Collins. There's someone waiting for me in the restaurant. Send them up, will you, please?
Well, all I can say is that as long as Mr. Collins wasn't badly hurt, there's no reason to get upset. Let's face it, that family can afford to buy a new car. I have some cookies here, too, Pop, if you want
Maggie, I
them.
had it just a minute ago, but have you seen my sketchboard anywhere?
You're not going to start to work tonight, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to get up early tomorrow morning, try to get the sunrise on the cliffs.
Which cliffs? Pop, you're not going up to Widow's Hill, are you?
Ah, I found it. Oh, Maggie, I'd forgotten I did this.
Pop, do me a favor. Stay away from there.
Are you going to be checking on me in the daytime, too?
Look, isn't that great? It's pretty good, isn't it?
I'm getting to hate that place.
Now, why should you hate Collinwood? It's just a nice, respectable house filled with nice, respectable horrors.
One of which seems to have trapped my nice, respectable father.
Let's have our tea.
Pop, why did you suddenly decide to get up early to paint? You haven't done that for years.
Well, don't you think it's about time?
Say, everything's happening at once, isn't it? Burke Devlin comes back to town. Roger Collins has an automobile accident. And now you're getting up early to paint the sunrise.
Why don't you say it, Maggie? Maybe I want to make some secret meeting out there, huh?
I don't know what to think.
Maybe I'm going to meet Burke on Cliffside, and we're going to decide how next to try to kill Roger Collins, huh?
Pop, don't be so ridiculous.
It's no more ridiculous than the fact that you don't trust me no matter what I do. I don't want this tea.
Now you're acting like a baby.
A baby? Why not? You practically got a halter on me. You got sitters watching my every move.
Oh, I explained that.
My intention tomorrow morning, my dear Miss Evans, is to paint. And right now I'm going to go to bed. And if you want to, you can check my room every half hour. Be my guest. Good night, darling.
You'd like to rip Collinwood apart, wouldn't you?
You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about your absolute hypocrisy. You arrived at Collinwood protesting total friendship for me and my family. While in effect, your visit was only a prelude to my accident.
I had nothing to do with your car.
I'd like to hear you say that again. Right now. Come in, Miss Winters.
What does she have to do with this?
Suppose we find out.
Roger, I've had it up to here with this business. Do you know what he's accusing me of doing?
Speak up, Miss Winters. Don't be frightened.
Yes.
You still deny that you tampered with the brakes on my car?
Are you here to witness my confession? Is that why she's here?
When was the last time you saw Miss Winters?
Why?
I asked you a question, Burke. When did you see her last?
When I was removing the whatchamacallit from your brake cylinder, naturally. Oh, you remember, don't you? Remember you handed me a tool and I... All right, Roger. I've had enough of this.
Why? Did you remember something? When's the last time you saw Mr. Devlin?
In your garage.
Sure, I was in the garage. We were having a little talk, weren't we? I was looking at your car, wondering whether to buy one like it. Looking at it, Roger, not tampering with it.
I checked, Burke. That valve could be easily removed from the brake cylinder with a simple tool. A pair of pliers or a wrench. Did he have any tools in his hand when you saw him in the garage?
Well,
Roger, I'm warning you. You are making a mistake.
He had a wrench in his hand, didn't he?
yes, he did.
I didn't tamper with your car. Is that clear enough?
Is Miss Winters lying, or did you have a wrench in your hand?
Sure, I had one. I found it on the front seat of the car. Isn't that what I said to you?
Yes.
I was looking at the upholstery and the dashboard, and I saw it lying there on the seat. I picked it up, she came along, and I threw it on the workbench.
I drove the car yesterday. There was no wrench on the front seat.
Then someone must have put it there. Did you see me fool with his brakes?
No.
Did you see me do anything with that wrench except hold it and throw it aside?
No.
Of course she didn't. By the time she arrived, you were already through.
Miss Winters, get him out of here.
What are you going to do? Throw me out, Burke?
Now, just a minute, Roger. You're not dealing with a kid you railroaded 10 years ago, and don't you forget it.
Nobody railroaded you.
If you start pushing me around again, you'll wish you never got up from that car.
Don't think
I'm
you
a
can-
big boy now. I don't get scared when the people up at Collinwood start making noise.
Are you finished?
No, not quite. Miss Winters, I don't know how he dragged you into this mess, but I want to give you some advice. I want to tell you exactly what I told you the night you got here. Get on a train. Go home. Get away from here while you can.
Good night, Miss Winters. Thank you for everything.
Mr. Collins, are you still sure it's Devlin?
Yes.
But what if you're wrong?
Why, Miss Winters? Did he frighten you? Did his speech make you scared and make you want to run home? But you can't go now, because I need you here. And you've got to stay, whether you like it or not. Good night, Miss Winters.
Where the Action Is made its debut 1 year ago with top recording stars performing where the fun is. Come along for a real good time next here on ABC. Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.